Well, imagine having a free vacation right here in the scenic city inside of a treehouse. Treetop Hideaways is partnering with Dove Men & Care to build the ultimate treehouse, and they're giving you the chance to stay inside. This morning, I'm joined by AAdams with the Treetop Hideaways. Good morning.
Good morning.
So tell me a little bit about how this partnership even first came to be.
Sure. Well, Dove actually contacted us last December. They said, hey, we're creating a new men care line with our Men Plus care line, focusing on the elements. We really want to take it back to organic nature. We want to take it back to things that are inspiring for men to be outdoors, for men to be inspired by nature. And they said, you know, our vision for this, our vision to really showcase what we want to create with the product is to do that through building a treehouse and actually getting people out in the elements to experience that and really showcase the several different elements that they have throughout the line.
Great. And how is the planning process working? How are you staying true to Treetop Hideaways? Is also incorporating what Dove wants as well.
You know, that's actually probably the easiest part because they came to us seeing that our experience was already very similar to what they wanted to have in their experience in showcasing the product.
Great. And you also have like a celebrity that's going to be joining you guys with this process.
We do, yeah. Pete Nelson has been the conceptual designer of the treehouse. So some of the conceptual designs you guys might get to see today or might get to see this weekend if you come out are things that he drew up and really helped us get in line with it all. And
talk about the event that's happening this weekend.
Yeah, so we've got a great event starting at 5:30 going until about 10 that night. And we've got a bunch of different things going on, inspired again by those elements that Dove is using, both on the new treehouse, whether it's the charcoal and the clay, or especially the sage and the minerals. That is incorporated into the event. We've got a showcase for Shusukiban, which is a really cool method used to charcoal wood. That'll be all around the outside of the treehouse, and then a lot of sage is well incorporated into the treehouse, both of which you'll get to interact with on the weekend.
Great, and just talk about what the overall planning process, getting to do this, has been like.
That's, you know, it's been a lot of learning for my partner and I, interacting with such a big company. And trying to kind of bring that down to the local level with interacting with the county and our builders, Lewin Homes and PNC Construction, kind of getting all of that circled around kind of what we're doing has been a lot of learning, but it's been really cool to see it come together and to start to see the product start to actually get built on the property. Great,
and can you tell us any little secrets that you guys might be adding to this new treehouse that your older treehouse doesn't have?
Yeah, you know, I mentioned the Shusukiban, and I keep bringing that up because it's such a cool method of charcoaling the wood. That's going to be all around the outside front of the treehouse, so it's going to look almost like an ebony stained wood, but it'll have kind of that dark crackle in it, finished off with some oil. The bathroom's going to be pretty amazing, as you might assume with Dove. There's going to be some really cool elements like a tree growing up through the treehouse.
Wow.
So there's some pretty fun stuff like that with the loft that's hidden above the master bedroom. There's some cool features.
Wonderful. And just talk about this chance for people to enter and get a free stay in that treehouse.
Yeah, so one thing that we're going to be doing at the event, Dove did a drawing earlier on. Something we're doing at the event is actually having another drawing to give away a night in that treehouse. If you come to the event, you can sign up for it, and we'll draw a name later that night and give somebody a chance to come out and stay.
Wonderful. Yeah. And just talk a little bit about, you know, the tree house that you guys already have. If people want to go and experience that right now, how can they do that?
Yeah, we're on Airbnb, which can link through either a Google profile that you find or treetophideaways.com, which is our online space. You can book it up just like a hotel, just like any other Airbnb. Find a night that's open, book it, and we'll be there to help invite you and help you stay.
Wonderful. And real quickly, just tell us again when that event is happening this weekend.
That is happening on Saturday from 5:30 to 10 p.m.
Wonderful. All right. Thank you so much for joining us.
You're very welcome.
Well, we've searched Facebook, Twitter, Bing, and other online sources to find 5 of this morning's most talked about topics online. DreamWorks animated comedy Boss Baby was the boss this weekend, dominating the box office with a $49 million debut. It tells the story of how the arrival of a new baby with a surprisingly adult-like persona impacts one family's life. Following closely behind it at number 2, another cartoon film, Disney's remake of Beauty and the Beast, earned an estimated $47.5 million. The film adaptation of the Japanese comic starring Scarlett Johansson, Ghost in a Shell, placed at the number 3 spot its very first weekend. It grossed $19 million. Well, President Donald Trump's old Ferrari sold at an auction for $270,000. Trump purchased the cherry red Ferrari coupe brand new a decade ago. This weekend, the vehicle switched hands yet again at an Auctions America event in Florida, where it reportedly sold in just minutes. Well, here's one way to spice up the training on the job. California firefighters ran around the Orlando Fire Department. Take a look, fully suited for a friendly game of dodgeball. They say getting active while wearing their equipment is good practice for regulating oxygen use in emergency situations. The Oregon's Department of Transportation had to show nature who's boss. This boulder landed on a highway near the small town of Glide. They said no problem and blasted the giant 200-ton boulder away. That's the only way they could get rid of it. Well, no one is too old to work with one of the most coveted runway spots on TV. After a brief hiatus, model and business mogul Tyra Banks announced that she will host the 24th season of America's Next Top Model. Her comeback is breaking tradition. She says for the upcoming cycle of the show, there will be no maximum age limit. As long as aspiring models can learn the ropes of the industry and master the so-called smize, the smile with their eyes, Banks says they're in. We've searched Facebook, Twitter, Bing, and other online sources to find 5 of this morning's most talked about topics online. Well, a Florida teenager wore a dress featuring pictures of Trayvon Martin, Sandra Bland, Michael Brown, and others to her high school prom. Milan Bolden Morris wore the dress to prom at a South Florida high school. The creation features pictures of 15 African Americans who were killed in police-involved shootings. The designer says he's overwhelmed by the mostly positive response to his design. Larry Page's long-rumored flying car project, yes, you heard that right, is ready for takeoff. Kitty Hawk unveiled its prototype for an ultralight aircraft that can take off vertically as long as you're flying over open water. In a demonstration shared online, the prototype looks less like a car than a jet ski with wings. The flyer is expected to go on sale by the end of this year. The price has yet to be announced. Well, what if you could have the smooth jazz sounds of Kenny G on a long flight? That's what happened over the weekend to passengers aboard a Delta flight heading to Los Angeles from Tampa. The Grammy Award-winning musician agreed to perform if passengers donated $1,000 to Delta's fundraiser benefiting Relay for Life. They raised double what the saxophonist asked for, and Kenny G gave them a great story to tell. Well, former President Barack Obama led a panel discussion at the University of Chicago yesterday. It was billed as a conversation on community organizing and civic engagement, and part of his goal is to encourage and support the next generation of leaders. This is the former president's first public event since leaving office in January. And a Pennsylvania man is finally a firefighter. It was a long life dream of his come true on his 97th birthday. He says it was a milestone that he never thought he would reach. He thought he was just showing up for a birthday party, only to find out he now has a new career. We're getting the chance to explore and drive the brand new 2018 Volkswagen Atlas. Let's go.
It takes about 5 years to go from the initial concept to reality, which is what we have now. We haven't had a 7-seat SUV in our program ever, so the whole vehicle is new.
For instance, the enormous amount of space inside.
When you go to the second row in most SUVs, it looks normal, but what allows you to get in and out of the third row is this tilting seat mechanism that slides forward.
And if you're tall,
you'll find out 6-footers are still comfortable in the third row.
It's ideal for anyone who loves to explore the great outdoors.
If you want to go use your kayak next weekend, you and 4 of your friends can go take their kayaks to the lake.
It doesn't hurt that it's pretty easy on the eyes, too.
Styling, it's very clean, it's very organized, it looks pleasing to the eye without being too gaudy.
But it's the technology the Atlas has that will make you want to hop behind the wheel.
So it can change to 2 gauges or navigation display or show your radio station or lots of different information. It's all flexible. It can be anything you want it to be.
The family-size SUV offers protection for those outside of the vehicle as well.
We have a pedestrian detection system in this vehicle, so it allows to activate the brakes if it detects a pedestrian.
There are 5 trim levels to choose from, starting at $30,500. VW is challenging their competitors with a warranty that most automakers don't offer.
The Atlas and its brother, the Tiguan, are going to have a 6-year, 72,000-mile warranty available from the factory, brand new for 2018.
In Chattanooga, Alexandria Adams, News 12 Now.